Absolutely. So another team that had its best season in a long time was the South Carolina Gamecocks, who finished number 19 in the final AP ranking. The last time they were that high was in 2013 when they finished number 4 in the AP ranking. So it's been a very, very long time since South Carolina was that good. Really big breakout year for the Gamecocks. A lot of guys coming back. Obviously, you see on the screen right there, Dylan Stewart, who was an electric sophomore edge rusher, coming back. He's probably going to be a guy you're going to hear a lot about, top 5 pick or maybe even number 1 overall pick in the 2027 NFL draft. He is an electric player. Lenora Sellers has some work to do as a passer, but there's no doubt that he is a really, really good running quarterback, and he's a guy that could have a major breakout year next year. Jalen Kilgore at corner is a good player as well. But yeah, they're going to need Sellers to develop more as a passer, because right now he had a 70.6 passing grade this past season. So he is talented. There's no doubt about it. He's got a lot of physical tools, but they're going to need a little bit more out of him as a passer. But otherwise, man, they have a lot of talent still on that defense, even after losing so many stars. Dylan Stewart, like I said, should be one of the best players in the country as a sophomore. It's going to be another interesting year for South Carolina, but I think the big key is, can Lenora Sellers keep developing as a passer?
Yeah, we know they're going to be able to run the ball, right? They've got Sellers' rushing abilities himself. They've got the Utah State transfer running back Rasul Faison, who had an 89.2 rushing grade last year, plus Oscar Hadaway, who was a really good second back for him last year behind Rocket Sanders. The development of him as a passer, throwing to guys like Nick Harbor on the outside. And then, look, they're replacing a lot in this defense. And I know they have Dylan Stewart and DQ Smith and a couple other guys on a very talented defense. But look at the guys that we're talking about that are going to be drafted in this year's draft. Kyle Kennard, TJ Sanders, Nicky Manwari, Demetrius Knight. These are excellent players who all may go somewhere in the top 50 or 60 of this year's draft. So Clayton White's got a real job to do in replacing so much of this defensive talent, right? Can they be as good defensively? I know last year they were a top 3 to 5 defense. Can they stay on that level defensively, or are Sellers in the offense going to have to balance it out? Because at times last year it was inconsistent. When they got hot and Sellers got hot throwing the ball, especially downfield, they were really good. They're tough to stop when they're two-dimensional, and I think they're going to need more of that considering the number of high-end starters they're replacing on this defense.
Absolutely. There's a lot of defensive guys that are losing from last year's team. But like I said, you got Dylan Stewart coming back. DQ Smith's a really good safety coming back as well. Jalen Kilgore is a pretty good corner coming back. So there is talent coming back, and they brought in a lot of projected starters. They have, I think, 5 projected starters on defense that are going to be transfers. So a new defense in a lot of ways for South Carolina, but when you got stars like Dylan Stewart and maybe Lenora Sellers, if we can keep developing, there is a high ceiling for this team. Hey, thanks for watching another episode of the PFF College Football Show. Please make sure you guys subscribe to the channel.
Also, subscribe to PFF Plus at subscribe.pff.com for all of the same data and grades that we use in our show, plus fantasy tools, betting tools, and our mock draft simulator.